Yeah, responding to Rebekah, she made a post as well, which, you know, bit wafty, made no sense really. It's a bit silly. Um, I don't know. I guess some of these people just feel guilty and they want to kind of virtue signal and kind of make people know, hey, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm still kind of socially or consciously aware. It's like, look, if you're gonna go play, go and play. You know what I mean? Don't give us some long essay and sob story about you deciding to go play. And again, I like Rebekah. I fuck with her productions. I like her DJing style, but get over yourself a little bit, innit? So this is a post from her. It says, I wanted to write a post as I'm really torn between what's appropriate for DJs to be doing right now during the pandemic. I played last month in Zurich, as you know. They explained that the capacity was capped at a third of the regular attendance. They had a track and trace and a sign at the door. They seemed like the government had an adamant that they were going to allow these clubs to open and to get the industry back up and running. Some cases went back up in the first few weeks, which was associated with a house party gathering and actually not inside the venue. 2 weeks before my gig there, each country is trying different things, step by step, trying to find some normality and, of course, help an industry that is in dire need of losing venues, as losing venues and jobs is now becoming a reality. So, what's everyone's thoughts on this? Should we be completely free for the foreseeable future? Should we be completely club free for the foreseeable future? Or should we be socially experimenting here? Do we run the risk, if we keep all the clubs closed, of illegal parties happening more and God knows another horrendous outcome that happened in the UK takes place again? I am now in full transparency heading to Gaio in Hungary. I like her full transparent. This is an opportunity for her to like say, hey guys, it's like when you put up it's like when you write Black Lives Matter on your Instagram profile. You're sort of like hoping no one comes on your profile and trashes you, right? You're like, hey guys, leave me alone. I'm a good person. I like black people. I like that new Drake record, right? That's what she's done here. Because she's been transparent. And then another gig in Hungary. Another one in Hungary for a last minute gig. Oh, last minute. I researched intensely and the cases of the virus are low. The clubs have been open since the end of June and no cases coming from the clubbing age group and industry. Please let me know your thoughts below. It's like, okay, get over yourself. Anyway, first things first, Zurich isn't an issue. We've seen loads of DJs playing. I think is it Luciano has a residency in this nightclub that they're talking about. I think it's the same one. I think it's capacity 500 maybe plus, but they've capped it at 300. They've obviously done everything they can do to make it as safe as possible. The economy's opened up. The government's already allowed those places to open up. So if the government says yes, you can open up clubs in places like Switzerland that have dealt with the coronavirus a bit better than some other places, then fair enough, go and play. No problem with that whatsoever. And these places are obviously picking some of the bigger DJs to go playing because it makes more sense that they book like a Rebekah, somebody of her level, for maybe a lesser of a fee. Maybe, I'm not too sure if they're paying the same fee, but let's say they're not. Let's say it's just an opportunity to book them because maybe she wouldn't be available during this time of year usually. They're going to take advantage of it. I don't have any problem with it whatsoever. Is that a bra in her as a face mask? I don't know. But yeah, do what you want. Especially in that regard. You can do as you please. The issue people have is with these other parties that are happening that are not socially distanced. They're not done in a country where they're permitting people to gather in large groups of people, and they're obviously done like to skirt all the kind of regulations, all the rules. That's what people are annoyed by, because if anything, you're putting other people at risk, you're putting yourself at risk, and you're going to leave everlasting damage that you're not going to be anywhere near to kind of feel the consequences of, because you're coming in, flying in, doing your gig and leaving, and you're going to leave a whole trail of destruction. That's the issue. It isn't you playing in countries where they're permitting clubs to reopen. That's okay. Go make your money, do your thing. Or not even the money thing, because the money thing gets a bit weird too, because people, it feels like there's a bit of jealousy involved as well. Some people are like, hey, why are they making money going to play? Look, we all know these people make money. Let's not be under any illusions. They're making money, they're doing their thing. It would have been nice for this to have been an occasion for these promoters to maybe utilize their local address book of DJs and maybe prop up the local community and local scene, and give these DJs an artist and chance to play in these venues. That would have been lovely. But I want to understand, because I've been a promoter myself, that sometimes if you want to take the risk of hiring a place, especially during the pandemic, put up the money to rent a place, renting a sound system, hiring your own security, maybe you're paying more for security, all these risks that you're taking, you don't want to then take another risk with a lineup. You want to guarantee that lineup is going to sell tickets. Now, in my thinking, I would assume that because no one's partying and everyone's desperate to go outside, that it doesn't matter who you book usually at a nightclub. Like if I played all night long at Fold, I still think I could pack that place, wall to wall. I don't think I'll lose a crowd. I think I could probably hold it down for the majority of the hours that it stayed open. I'm pretty sure I could do that. I don't think it matters. I think if you're competent enough of a DJ, you could probably do a good enough job to sustain people's interest, to keep the club going, keep people buying drinks. It's not really an issue because I think people are so desperate to go out now. But I also understand if you're not a club owner, you're just a promoter putting on events, that you don't want to take that risk. You want to just pick the big people who you probably won't get a chance to book any other time apart from this. You want to make a bit of history, put it in your have it stacked in your archive as, oh, we had this person play at this really janky event that we put in this middle of the bushes, and then kind of, you know, build that relationship, blah blah. I understand what the risk they're taking, but I think as a DJ to kind of virtue signal and be like, hey guys, I'm a bit worried. It's like, get over yourself. Do you know what I mean? Zurich is open, Hungary is open. Go play a thing, do your occasion. People are just unhappy about the raves that are happening in places where they shouldn't be happening. That's basically it on that one.